everyone, how's it going today? Joe Bodone here, video blogger and internet entrepreneur. In this video, we're going to discuss self-publishing and how you can use that to make money online. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to define what I mean by self-publishing. All right. The second thing is I'm going to tell you where you can go to become a self-publisher. The third thing, I'm going to give you a brief overview on how to get started doing self-publishing. The fourth thing, we're going to get into some detail, but it's going to be kind of like the bird's eye view of it. I mean, we don't have a whole lot of time because it would take me months and months and months to get into all the detail. Fifthly, we're going to get into marketing. Same thing. That's going to be a brief overview on some marketing techniques. And lastly, I'm going to provide a few resources that you can use for self-publishing. Now, stay tuned because in a couple weeks, once I get them up, I'm going to have a couple affiliate links that are associated with self-publishing, and you can access those links right below on my YouTube channel and have immediate access to some of this very valuable information. So to define self-publishing, it is exactly what it sounds like, okay? You are publishing a book yourself. Okay, in this case, I mean an ebook, an electronic book. You know, there are ways to self-publish, actual paperback books and audiobooks, but in this case, we're going to talk specifically about ebooks today. So, realistically, you're bypassing having an actual publishing company discover you and edit and, kind of manage you and micromanage you and tell you how you're supposed to write your book, and, but at the same time, you don't get the benefit of having a professional publishing company. So you're publishing a book yourself. Now, how does one go about doing that? They use Amazon. All right. Amazon started out selling books, okay? They started out with their Kindle platform. It's a heavily used platform. It's widely known. It's extremely popular, and you'd be kind of foolish not to take advantage of what Kindle can offer you. Because, like I said, any Joe Schmo out there in the street can put content on the Amazon platform and sell it to people and make money from it. So, it's 100% free to use their platform. Now, they actually have like kind of a portal associated with that, and it's called KDP. It's Kindle Direct Publishing. It's www.kdp.com. All right. Now, if you go there, you have access to the platform that you can use to self-publish. Now, all you need is an Amazon account. All right. So if you have a username and a password with Amazon, if you go to www.kdp.com, you use your Amazon account, and you can create an account on KDP. KDP is Amazon. It's 100% associated with Amazon. It's not like some second thing. I mean, it's owned and ran by Amazon. So we're into how to get started. Once you have an Amazon account and you go to KDP.com, you're going to have to create your profile. You're going to have to create all the stuff involved with doing a KDP account. Now, it's fairly simple. Once you go on there, there's prompts you need to follow. Now, I can only speak for the U.S. territories. I can't speak for anything outside of the United States because I don't live outside of the United States, but I'm sure other jurisdictions have similar type of stuff. But if you're in the United States, you have to fill out your tax information. There's going to be like a W-4 form you fill out when you get a new job. You have to fill out your social security number and the various tax information you have associated with that. How many dependents you want to claim, all that type of stuff. Is on that form. Okay. Now, some people are nervous about doing that because they don't want to provide that information online. You got to understand, first off, this is Amazon, one of the most reputable companies in the world. Secondly, they don't want to hurt their reputation. And thirdly, you want to get paid from Amazon, don't you? Because, I 100% guarantee you that, if people buy your products off of Amazon, you will get paid, okay? So, you will actually get money directly deposited into your account, or you can actually get a check actually mailed to your house, and at the end of the year, if you make enough money, you will actually get a 1099 form. in the United States. And I'm sure, like I said, other jurisdictions probably have a similar protocol. So it's real simple. Use your Amazon account. If you don't have one, go to Amazon and create one. And then from there, you go to KDP and you fill out the prompts and start your account. All right. Now, here's the rub. It's 100% free to use that service, okay? It doesn't cost you a dime to put your content, to upload your content to KDP. However, it might not necessarily be free to create your content depending on how to create it. So if you already have a book, if you already have a cover, and you already have all the information formatted for Kindle, all you need to do is upload it. Okay, that's step one. Step two, if you are an author and you're actually somebody who writes yourself, go ahead and write some books. Maybe you even already have some stuff written, and you can use this platform to put a book on there. Now, what if you have to create a book? Create a book. Really, Joe? You want me to write a book? I don't have time to write a book. I don't know how to write a book. I can't edit it. My grammar's bad. I don't know how to spell. I don't know how to read. I don't know how to write. I don't own a computer. Any excuse in the world. Oh my God. I guess I'm just going to quit. I'm not going to do this. This isn't for me. Time out. Hold on. Don't get excited. You don't need to do any of that. This is what you need. Ready? You need money. Okay? If you don't want to write a book, or you don't have the skill set to write a book, you can pay somebody to do it for you. That's called a ghostwriter. You ever heard of a ghostwriter? My pen's starting to die. This is somebody you pay to write your book for you. Now, there are a few ways to go about doing that. Like, you might be getting nervous. Like, well, I don't know anyone that can do that. Okay, so have you ever heard of elance.com? Elance.com. Basically, it's a hub of a bunch of freelance entrepreneurs on the internet that provide services for hire. So you create an account for free on Elance, and you post a job and say, I'm looking to have a book written in such and such topic. And you can actually create a job description, and you will have applicants apply for your job. You can ask them questions via email. You can set up a phone interview. You can set up a Skype interview. You can do anything you need to do to vet out, who you're doing. Now, don't just settle for anyone. I mean, it takes some time using that platform to find a quality ghostwriter. There's also, I'm not going to spell it out because it's a big long word, but there's also a website called writearticlesforme.com. It's all one word, writearticlesforme.com written out. All right. They're basically a ghostwriting service, and they have several different options. There's like a low range package, a mid range package, like a high range package, and depending on what package you pick, you can they charge you a certain amount per 100 words, I think it is, and so for 150, $200, maybe even less than that, depending on how long your book is, you can have a book written that you can upload to KDP and essentially make money from it. Now, you don't have to write a freaking novel to start off, okay? It can be a short book. It doesn't have to be 600 pages. You can have a 20, 30-page book as long as it has quality content and it's marketed properly and you do all the other things properly. There's a good chance, you're not going to become a millionaire off it, but, you can make some money off of that. And then down the road, you can edit your book and expand it and make it bigger and make it better. That's the beauty about self-publishing is you can make a second, third, fourth, fifth edition of your book. And so as you start to grow, you can modify your books and make them better. All right. Now, if you decide to go the route of hiring a ghostwriter, there's some other stuff you're going to have to do in between, because it takes some time. Sometimes, when I went to write articles for me the first time, it took 6 weeks, and I was emailing them like every week, like, where's my book? You got to understand, they have a lot of people that use their service, and I don't know how many authors they have that work for them, but they don't have a lot. So, it takes a while for them to get some of these books written. Now, you need to understand, when you use a service like that, these ghostwriters are not native English speakers, okay? A lot of times they are like in the Philippines or something like that. Nothing wrong with that, but, you just got to understand that, some books written by write articles for me, you can actually tell that there's some broken English in there. So, you got to be kind of careful using a service like that, but, to get started, it might be your way to go, all right? But you also you have to have a cover made. Well, again, I'm not a graphic designer. I don't know anyone that can graphic design. What do I do? Well, I guess I'll just stop. I'm not going to do it. Once again, you guessed it. Money. If you have some money, and I'm not talking about a lot of money, but if you have some money, you can have a cover made. Now, when I'm talking about not a lot of money, have you guys ever heard of Fiverr? www.fiverr.com. All right. The reason it's called Fiverr.com because most of their products on there cost $5. Okay. Once again, it's a network of graphic designers and people that know how to format books for Kindle specifically, and do all that type of stuff. And they can write you your title page that's that everyone sees on Amazon, that type of stuff. So while you're getting your book written or you're writing it yourself, go on to Fiverr, find a graphic designer that, for $5 that can design you a cover. Now, once again, you get what you pay for. If you want a better looking cover, you understand the better looking cover is going to attract more people to purchase your book. If your cover looks like shit, people might not want to buy your book, even if the content inside of it's good. Don't judge a book by its cover. In this case, definitely judge a book by its cover. So, you can pay $5. I recommend paying more. I've heard of self-publishers paying up to $100 for a cover. I'm not going to recommend that when you're starting out, but maybe down the road, if you choose to use this platform to make money, you might want to start spending that kind of money on covers. But, the sky's the limit, so you can have all. So what I'm basically getting at, because this is starting to drag on, and I apologize for that, but with a little bit of money, you can outsource every task involved with self-publishing, okay? You just need to know what tasks need to happen. You need to know where to find those resources, okay? So you can completely automate your self-publishing business if you want to, where in that case it becomes a passive source of income. Your first couple books are going to be crappy. It's going to be hard to do them, but the more you do it, the better you get at it. And the reality of it is, you can listen to my video. You can obviously go to the resources I'm going to provide in a very short minute here. But, if you want, you can go it alone. You can go on to KDP right now, and on Kindle KDP and Kindle Direct Publishing, there actually is, some tutorials on how you can do your own graphic design, how you can do your own writing, how you can do your own editing. You could technically do it all on your own and not cost you a dime. It's going to take a lot longer. It's going to be a lot harder. If you're trying to make some money and start moving quick, and not that there's a such thing as a fast buck, but if you want to try to get things moving, you can take some of the advice I just shared with everybody. Now, marketing. It would take me a year's worth of videos to teach everybody how to market. So, I'm not going to cover that, extensively, because there are resources out there that I'm going to provide shortly that can teach you how to market. But I'm just going to give you my own nickel's worth of free advice. You guys know what SEO is? SEO. Search Engine Optimization is what SEO stands for. Now, there's a lot of information about SEO out there, and everybody has their own technique that works for them. There's a lot of different approaches to learning search engine optimization, and each search engine has a different approach. And, the reality of it is, the quicker you learn those skills, the better off you're going to be. Now, the hard part is there's a lot of courses out there that teach you SEO, but it's an ever-changing thing. It's an ever-evolving thing, because when there's a technique that works, everybody starts doing it. Everyone learns that technique, and then it gets saturated. It doesn't work anymore. So the people that develop the new techniques, once again, will continue to be successful online. So, that's kind of where the competitiveness of the internet is. And so my recommendation is, yes, you can take some courses, and I recommend it. But my other recommendation is, do as much research on your own and learn as much as you can about SEO. Check out books at the library. You can buy books on Amazon. You can buy books, at just a regular brick and mortar bookstore. There's YouTube videos on it. There's other individuals that might be selling a course on it. But get your hands on as much information as possible, because when you can become self-sufficient with SEO and learn how to evolve with the changing, the ever-changing internet, which it's constantly evolving, constantly changing, learning to grow with that, and understanding the basic concepts of SEO are going to help you immensely in your success or failures online. So, just keep that in mind. And so some of the advice that you might find might be great advice, but it might be outdated because everyone else is using it. So, you need to keep that in mind. So that's the first thing for marketing. You need to understand SEO. And now that gets into when you're titling your book. Now, one other thing, if you're some people are embarrassed, they don't want to use their own name, you can use what's called a pen name. Mark Twain is actually a pen name, okay? So you don't have to use your personal name if you don't want to in these books, so you can assign them a pen name, but that's irrelevant to the topic of marketing. When it comes to marketing, your title's important, your keywords are important, the way you have your whole thing laid out, that's important if you want to rank higher on Amazon. But you also need to, if you don't have your own central hub on the internet, if you don't have your own home, if you don't have your own website or blog or video blog, or if you don't have something to get your audience to assemble at, if you don't have that location, that's extremely important when it comes to marketing. It's going to be difficult to market if you don't have a central hub. So you need to have a Facebook page associated with your publishing business. You need to have like I said, a blog or a website or a central hub where people can congregate. And that's important when it comes to marketing your books. And there's also the aspect of choosing what market you're in. There's a lot of information out there about that. There's a lot of contradicting advice there. And then last but not least, reviews, which a lot of people get hung up on reviews, and reviews are extremely important when it comes to selling any type of product online. So there's also some information out there on how to gather reviews. Amazon's policy is, you can't pay for reviews. You can't do what's called a review swap where, I'll review your book if you review mine. That type of stuff is actually against Amazon policy. And if you get caught doing that, you actually can get kicked off. You can get kicked off the platform. Usually you'll get a warning at first, but then you'll get kicked off the platform. So you got to be careful using those type of techniques. The reality of it is, if you have your own page, your own web page, where you have people that that like your, maybe that you don't know, but people that like your content, they can go to the page, and then you can actually post stuff on your page and say, hey everyone, check out my new book, and be sure to leave a review. And you can actually ask for reviews, honest, legit reviews. That's one way you can do it. Honestly, there's a lot involved with that. So I'm starting to ramble on here. Like I said, marketing could be a 20-week course. So the resource I was going to provide to everybody, there's a gentleman, his name's Stefan Palernos. I ran into him. I found his information, found his webpage a couple of years ago. It's a Project Life Mastery. Stefan has actually kind of changed my life, because before I found his information, I didn't really realize any of this stuff existed. I didn't even realize any of this type of stuff was possible. So if you go to Project Life Mastery, you can go to his course is KMM, Kindle Money Mastery. That's an excellent course, and it will get you started on the way if you want to use self-publishing. Now, the reason I recommend self-publishing is because it's a very low entry point. It doesn't cost a lot of money to get started, and a lot of people can learn it. I mean, it's complicated, but a lot of people can learn it. It's a fairly low entry point. So if you're looking to start making money online, I recommend starting with something small and simple like self-publishing, and you can expand later. But his course, KMM, is an excellent resource. Now, you can go to Project Life Mastery, you can find that information, or like I said, stay tuned. In a couple weeks, I'm going to have an affiliate link for this on my YouTube channel, so go ahead and check that out. Click below. That'll take you directly to all this extremely valuable information. I want to thank everybody for watching. I definitely do appreciate it. Be sure that, if you like the content that you learned today, which was essentially, learning what self-publishing was, learning to use Amazon. I taught you briefly how to start, how to start your Kindle publishing business. I went over some detail. I provided you with some resources. If you found all that information valuable, please feel free to, give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I definitely appreciate everybody watching. I'll see you next time. Please stay tuned for my next video, which I'm going to get into what's called like a landing page, a squeeze page is what people call it, and that's basically kind of like an autoresponder. My next video is going to cover that topic. Thanks again for watching. See you soon.